I'm guessing what we're gonna be doing today is showing you why map control is so important. So you have like a 5v5 battles, right? So here we go, 5v5 at the start. You know, everyone is going out here. Everyone is going, you know, A lobby, mid window, mid doors, C long. And guess what? Someone peeks mid window and dies. Like one of the attackers. He gets shot from B side, right? All through the B side is somewhere here. It should be all good, you know. They get a kill. What happens is they lose this huge chunk of area because someone pushed and died. That's almost a round over. This is, and you could be the defender. You could be the defender. You could get those easy kills, to be honest. So what the attackers have to do, if they lose like a player or something, they have to go all the way around, losing important time, you know, pushing and killing and getting trades or whatever. Because usually in high rank games, the attacker or whatever is gonna push back. So if he kills someone at C lobby or at C long, he's gonna push back to C side, you know, so he can get actually traded off. Or the next option they have to do is go, you know, push and risk themselves a lot more trying to get extra picks just for it to be a 4v4. And that's why, you know, map control and a map advantage is so important. You know, you can be a 3v5, and if the team makes mistakes like these, you can easily make it down to a 3v3. That's what happens to me on the enemy team, of course. That's why they win. We get a 3v5, and then they simply lose 2 players because they're, you know, someone gets killed and the player doesn't trade. You instantly get 2 kills. You can also heal yourself in some scenarios. You can do many things. And I think that is great. If you have this knowledge, if you're watching this video right now, you will know how map advantage is important. So let's say, for example, you don't kill anyone. You know, if we go back here, you know, none of this happened, right? Start of the round again. And you don't kill anyone, but instead you smoke these things off, right? Bam! You smoke this off, and I guess you kind of get control of C short and C window, or even like something like this. So you kind of push them back. You get, imagine how much of the attacker side, how much breathing room you have now. You can either go C, you can either go B. You can even give up the map control and try A. That's how good map control is. Same for defenders. If you get a kill, if you push a little, you get to a lot of info. If there's no one here, all through there is, carrying a lot of info that they're not gonna attack A anytime soon, right? Because otherwise they would already be in A. So you get huge advantages just by doing the right things. You get me? That's how you win games. That's how you do really good. One thing you can also do is, if you know there's an enemy team, you can use Sage's wall or some smokes to block off, and actually, you know, your teammates can rotate then, you know, all to C. That's one thing that's really great. Even on A, B maps, that's just 2 bomb plants. That's for the defender side. This is actually great. That's what most pro players do. You know, they buy time. They don't actually fight with them. They try destroying the walls. She throws like a Sage Orb. Whoa, a Sage Orb passes. They wait. And guess what? The time's up. They can't push anymore. I think what a lot of people won't consider is how important the first kill is. I'd say in 70% of scenarios, the first kill can actually change the game by a far margin. Not just around the game, because it also, you know, kind of ruins the economy as well. So one thing you can do is you can play slightly offensive for map control. Also on the defender side, I never recommend this. You will get flamed, and it's usually really not worth it because they can block off your pushes. What I would try to do is, you know, as a defender, my team picks one of the sides where you want full control. So for example, if we go back here, a full control here would actually be you know, A lobby. So you get an A lobby here. You can wall it off, you can smoke it, you can play it safe, but you know they can't go A, so they can only go B and C. So they're somewhere here, right? They're somewhere in this area, and this gives you a huge amount of info. You know, usually people just push C and C short because this is the easiest spot to actually attack. But this is actually great because then you have 2 people here at C, or actually maybe even 3, waiting for pushes, and you can repel them off. This is actually pretty awesome. I think these are some great advantages. And as an attacker, I can only give you this info, or well, this tip really. So if you're pushing over here, let's say A lobby, and you go A long, you also want to extend to this, right? You also want A short. You don't want to, you know, give them A short and whatever, or just give them one part of map control. Also in Ascent is the same thing, because he will flank you from here. That's what usually happens, and they pop us off, you know, 3 dead here. That's what usually happens. And you know, you don't want to, you really want to, when you go on A side in heaven, you really want to take A tower control. Usually you won't go all the way over here and try to take over this, right? Because there is where the bad guys are, where the enemies are really, and you don't want to, you know, risk your life just to get a bit of an advantage of map side control. Because usually this is like the defender side, where they repush and shit. But for A tower, you can either wall it off, you can either do a lot of things with it. Because A tower is one big crucial step of how they can actually push. Usually they push from here, or they push from here. And this is also happens in other maps as well. They either push from mid-market, or they push from city spawn. There's like 2 big breeding points. Same here, C long. They never push actually C long. They usually push C short, or they push on C side from C link, or whatever it's called. C link, I guess. I think most people actually push C link. Yeah, they try to jet it up there, stuff like that. And you can repel this off. You can use this important info to actually get the kills, to actually get the wins you want. And I think it would help you out a lot, to be honest. So as an attacker, you want to get as much control as possible, and as a defender, you want to give it a little, just a little, for like the price of time. You want to stall time until they have like 15 seconds left for a plant, or until you have the info. Usually what happens is some rounds you can notice that there's not enough time. That's what happens. They didn't give enough territory for them. You know, they stalled time. They didn't let them push, and that's what happens. They win. They simply get the round. You know, the defenders get the round, and I think that's great. That's a good technique, to be honest. So I guess this is it for this video. If you liked it, let me know. And yeah, this is Fatman. Sign out. Peace, guys.